Washington. Y'all know who Martha Washington is? Yes. Somebody tell me who that is.
Wife of George Washington.
Well done. The wife of the first president of this here United States. I was born at Mount Vernon in Virginia. Any of y'all babies ever been to Mount Vernon? Oh, it's a pretty place, ain't it, man? I remember I used to run. I don't run so much now. I know you can't hardly believe it, but I used to run up the hill. It would go up and then up, and you would be on the carriage side of the house. That's where the carriages come up now. And then there was the riverside, the hill go down to the dock where the men, they would go on the boats and they would fish. They like to catch shad. Oh, I like shad. When Mama would cook the shad, oh, that was something good. I was 10 years of age when Mistress Washington tell me I was going to be her personal maidservant. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you something that happens to me more often. I don't know about you young ones here. Probably don't happen to you know how. But my mind don't always remember everything. You got to be patient with me. I was going to tell you about my mama. Her name is Betsy. She was a slave. My daddy, his name be William Judge. He was an indentured servant. Do you know what an indentured servant be? Well, tell me, young one.
It's someone who you have to owe your freedom, and you're a slave for that person until you pay it off.
Yes, indeed.
They buy you, in other words.
Indeed, indenture is a contract. Yeah. Indenture means contract. Use a contracted servant. Not quite a slave, for a slave has no rights. It is owned for life to be passed as desired or needed. When my daddy was 7 years of age, Master Washington, he gave my daddy his freedom because he finished his time. My mama, she never or have no ill will to my daddy. No. Mm-hmm. She said, if you can get your freedom, you go and you get your freedom. I ain't never forgot that thing. As I said, I was 10 when the mistress tell me I be her maidservant. You all know what a maidservant is? Y'all looking at me strange and such like that. Don't y'all know how to answer nobody when they ask you a question and such like that? Lord have mercy. So I'm going to ask you again, young folk. Do you know what a maidservant is?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. All right. Well, go ahead and tell me.
Well, you tend to everything that she would need, from cleaning and...
Yes, you take care of one person. Babies, come over here. I can't see that far away. I don't want folk to, I can't see. I don't like it when folks so far away. I can't see they looking like it's such. What was I saying?
Maidservant.
Maidservant. That's what, that one in the back was helping me, won't she? Yes. So a maidservant, from the early parts of the morning, I watch for mistress, one person, and I take care of her every need. From the first thing in the morning, dressing her, washing her, put her clothes on. I would fix her hair as such needed. I would take care and run the errands as she desired. I would get the receipt books. or go to the market with her in any form that she need assistance. That would be me to help her. At the end of the evening, sometimes I get to go back where my mama is in the slave quarter. But many a night I slept at the foot of her bed with her feet in my stomach, keeping her feet warm. Or I slept at the foot of her door, there if she should need me in the night. I was also a good woman with the needle. That was a long time ago. But they say I had a fine stitch like my mama and my aunt who were there. I was there when Master Washington said he was going to be the first president of this here United States. Mistress Washington won't have it. She was tired. She was tired. She said, well, why? You go on to be in the House of Burgesses, then you come home. Then you go on to be in the Continental Congress, then you come home. Then you go to the Second Continental Congress, then you come home. Then you go fight in the war, and then you come home. Then you go to the Constitution Congress. When you going to be the farmer you say you're going to be? But, dear women, she was a woman, Mistress Washington, of great duty. And she put her duty before her feelings. We all can well learn from that great woman on that. I was there as we prepared to go to the first capital. And where that be? God bless you, young one. Yes, indeed. I understand how you cannot feel good. Sometimes my body gets up and I ache from beginning to end. You too young to have days like that. But Lord have mercy, I can feel it when the cold be coming in. And I won't talking about that. What was I talking about? She done got me all off track. What was I saying, baby?
About him becoming president and
I likes that young lady. She listen real good back there. You sure you ain't from Virginia, baby? They talk to you in Virginia and such like that. Yes, yes, I was going to tell you when we went to the first capital. Yes, yes. Do you all know where the first capital was?
It was in Virginia? Virginia.
Come on in, no Virginia. Lord, child, where you been? Huh?
New York.
Well done, New York City. Yes, indeed. Folks were sad. They was leaving. I was kind of happy. I ain't never been out no further than Williamsburg or Petersburg, Richmond Town and such, sometimes up to Maryland, but to go to New York City. Oh, I remember as we rode from town to town with Master Washington, all folks would come out, but when we get to New York City, folks line the road. I was in my finest, standing on the back of the carriage. Folks was cheering, and they was doing speechifying, and oh, you should have seen him. There was Master Washington up front on his white horse, and beside him was Billy Lee. Oh, he was a fine picture of a man right there. You all know Billy Lee, don't you? You don't know Billy Lee? You say you know who Master Washington is, and you don't know Billy Lee? It was Billy Lee who rode into battle with Master Washington. He was his manservant. But he did not stay behind in the camp. He rode beside him. It was Billy Lee who was shot twice in the knee. It was Billy Lee that when Master Washington's horse was shot from underneath him, Billy Lee gave his own horse and he ran beside Master Washington. He fought in a battle, wounded in a war, fighting for a liberty he would not receive. Y'all don't even know who he is. How many other folk who have fought for our freedom have we forgotten? But I remember New York City. They had fireworks that evening. They had a balloon, one of them fancy, you ever seen them, ma'am? Them balloons that go up in the air. Oh, I saw it go up, and I said, I want to do that one day. I who helped Mistress everything she did in New York. She said each Friday of the week, we would have tea. Any folk who want to come of the right sort, you understand, could come for tea. And they could sit in her house. Everywhere she went, there I was. Oh, you should have seen me. I had the finest of clothes. I had myself 2 or 3 petticoats. I had 3 of the finest gowns. Yes, latest fashion. I had 2 of them fabric shoes, ma'am. Yes, indeed. And I had hats and bonnets and mop caps. I dressed like a Washington because I was of the Washingtons. Then we go down to the second capital. I was thirsty. Baby, could you get me some water back there? It was a good lady. She's a sweet child. We moved over to Philadelphia. That be the second capital. I like that too. Even better. There I saw my first free Negroes in large number. They had their own business. They was doctors and oh, you was, oh baby, you was over there. Stand right there among the weed, baby. I'm sorry, baby. I remember being there and seeing folk who were doctors and teachers. Ain't never been owned. Every 5 months or so, mistress would say, let us go back to Mount Vernon. I didn't mind. I like to go back and see my mama. And my sister, her name was Philadelphia. I used to say, I'm leaving Philadelphia to go see Philadelphia. I thought it was funny too. It was 1796. I will not forget that time. It was January. The roads, it was terrible. But mistress say we need to return to Mount Vernon. I was packing the portmanteau, and a free laundress woman was helping me. She looked at me, she said, "Ona," some of my friends call me Ona. "Ona, you know why you going back, don't you?" "Yes, ma'am. I'm going back because mistress longing for home." She laughed at me. She said, "You know that ain't true." I said, "Yes, it is. And I'm longing for home too. I want to see my mama." And then she looked at me. She looked at me. And she said, "You don't know? Oh, baby, you don't know? You don't know that in Philadelphia, the law say if a slave stay here 6 months continuous without leaving, they can get their freedom." Every 5 months, we were leaving Philadelphia. Every 5 months, we was returning to Mount Vernon. I don't know when it was I began to believe I was a Washington, but I know the day I stopped. It was in June of that year that it was known Master Washington would leave Philadelphia no longer to be president. I had to make a choice, babies. One evening, mistress gave me my leave while she was at her supper. I walked in the kitchen, took my kerchief. I began to put a bit of bread and meat and cookies in there. And then I hear, "What you doing, God?" It was Hercules. He's the cook. He just as quick to throw a pot at the top of your head as he is to say how to do it. I didn't know what he was planning for me. He said, "What you do, girl?" "You see what I'm doing?" And then he reached and he take off the master's tray. More meats and dried fruits. And he said, "When the bird must fly, they need much provision for their journey." And he turned on heel, taking the platter, and walked in to lay it upon the table. I walked out. Some folk had told me if I could make my way to the shipyard and go to a ship called the Nancy. It was captained by John Bowles, God rest his soul. If I could make my way there, someone would help me get to freedom. I get down to the docks. I was so scared. I kept waiting for somebody to say, "Where's your mistress?" No one did. I see the ship, the Nancy, but I don't know what to do. I was almost to turn around. Then I hear, "Girl, come here." I looked, it's a Negro man, old, wise as he was. He called me up there. He tell me to follow him. He lead me below stairs into a small room. He said, "Stay here till you hear the words, New Hampshire."
See,
And he closed the door.
excitement. And then
It was
just
stale.
words of excitement. So like, oh
No
no,
mustard in that room.
I put on both of them.
I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. I'm so scared. And then the boat began to move. Whoa. I didn't feel well. I tried to eat a little bit, but man, I made the smells in the room a lot worse. Every day he come and leave a tin cup of water right outside the door. And I hear New York City, folks rushing back and forth, voices and screaming and yelling, and I know they coming for me. Now most Negroes who's running away, they go to New York City. It's such a large place. But I couldn't go there. Do you understand why? Folk knew me. Because everywhere mistress had been, I had been. But soon enough, we got underway. And after a week, I hear, New Hampshire! New Hampshire! I reached for the door. I was so scared. What if they's waiting for me? And what do I know about freedom? What's I gonna do? Where I'm gonna live? All I had were the clothes on my back. I reached for the door, and I couldn't open it. And then I hear him, New Hampshire. And he opened the door for me. And I come out, and I walk above the steps, and I breathe that air. Oh, it smells so sweet. And I walk down that gangplank, and then my foot, I was standing on free ground. I was free. I was free. But I don't stand there too long. I get to working with my old hands. Master, he come to looking for me. Someone did recognize me. Betsy did. She makes sure the Washingtons know. He tell Joseph Whipple, the New Hampshire Secretary of Transportation, to have me sit back per that law that the good president signed, the Fugitive Slave Act. Said, send me back. Master Whipple, he come to me, and he don't just pick me up. He don't even look at me like I was property. He say, Mistress Judge. That was fine. He said, do you have ill will with the Washingtons? No, sir. They treated me like a child. He said, then why did you leave? I stood and said, because I have a thirst for complete freedom. He asked me if I would go back. Well, yeah. If Master gonna set me free. Do you know he wrote that in the letter back to Master Washington? I knows because he read me the next letter the Master sent. It sounded like, what's wrong with you, boy? And then he didn't look for me no more. I've been married. John Staines. Had 3 children. William, Eliza, Nancy. My John done died. William go off to sea. I don't ever see him again. My daughters died. Now I was just an old woman living with old folk. But I want you to hear something, young ones. Now look at me good. Freedom means everything. It is more than the clothes on your back, more than the shoes on your feet, more than the home that you live in. Freedom means everything. You must hold your freedoms close to Him. Don't let nobody take them away. And teach young ones to rejoice in their freedom, but to learn so they can pass that freedom on. I expect I ain't got much more to say. Oh, they say I should let you ask me some questions. I don't mind if you got... I need the chair. Somebody move my chair way back there. Can you bring my... She's a good girl. I like that. Right there, right there. That's good. It's all right. Come around here now. You got to help me here. Well, Lord have mercy. I don't ask you to only ask you to be around when I ask for you. Hold your arm out there so I can get down here good. Stand right there. Oh, I don't need that much help. Oh, you're so good. Come here, baby. Hang on. You're so good. Come on. Yes. Go on now. Go sit. Any of y'all have any questions for me?
How old were you when you ran?
I can't see you. Why you stand up, young lady? Don't have mercy. I'm sitting here.
How old were you when you ran away from Washington?
22 years of age. I was many, many moons ago. No? Yes?
And did you get a chance to go back and see your parents?
My mama?
Yes.
No. Oh, Mama, I didn't get you. My mama, she died, and I never got to see her again. I know when she died, Philadelphia wrecked me. But I wasn't there. Oh, tell her I love her. And she would have been angry if I had come back and gone into slavery again. But I missed my mama. Freedom also means sacrifice. I understand. I'm sorry. I've been thinking a lot about her. There'll be another inquiry. I can't see that child. What are you talking about?
What did you and your husband do to make a living?
Well, we live in Portsmouth, in New Hampshire. And Portsmouth be a town of shipbuilders and fishermen. And so my John, we call him Blackjack, indeed. He worked upon the boats. He was mighty good on the ships. And I was cleaning houses. I worked with the needle. I was very good with the needle. That's how I make some money. But I had to move from Portsmouth because Master Washington tried to get me there. They tell me, and I moved to Greenland. It be 30 miles east of there, and I lived there ever since. Did I answer your question, Kat? Y'all's mighty quiet. He never had no quiet women, particularly with no gentlemen around to stop us. Ain't nobody? Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to help others
What you mean, baby?
by help others out of slavery?
Oh, I hear what you say. Others that be running away. I ain't been no help. You see, when I first come here, well, the first place anybody was going to look was around me. And I had to stay away from folk anyhow. Yes, I get take back. So I didn't get to help nobody except in prayer. But Master Washington, he do the right thing, though, when he died. I ain't saying it was right for him to die. You know, we all, I ain't what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong here. No, I know he was a good man for this country. He was a master. That was a bad thing. But I think he understood that at the end. In his will, he wrote to set all of his slaves free. Now, he didn't do it all right, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. You got to watch what your husband say. Because it said they're going to be free when mistress dies. Now, you can't tell me none of the slaves knew that. They was probably thinking of ways they could help her to end her life as quickly as But in great sadness, I heard she spent her last days on the 3rd floor of that Mount Vernon with none but one to take care of her. She did free all the slaves before her death. And maybe, I don't know if it's right or wrong what she got towards the end. But I know she understands fear at that point. I think I done talked long enough, babies. Y'all been mighty good to me. Now you go on and make sure you teach the young folk right. Hold on to your own freedoms. Hold on to them.